जाको आए सोई बिहाजहो हर गुर ते मनह बसेरा निज घर महल पावह सुख सहजे बहुर न होए गो फेरा अंतर जामी पुरख विधाते श्रद्धा मन की पूरे नानक दास यह सुख मंगै मोको कर संतन की तूरे।
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to lesson 16. So now we're at the end of Soila, the last 4 lines. And here, this is Guru Arjan Dev Ji's, final message to us before this Barni ends. Remember, at 6, Soila is done before we go to sleep. So this is the last Barni. These are the last lines of Barni that we are required to read before we go to sleep. This is the last thing we will be reading and understanding before going to sleep. So let's look at what is Guru Arjan Dev Ji's overall message here that he's trying to convey to us. The first line itself, Jako ai soy bihajo, I want to point your attention to the word bihajo. Bihajo refers to a trade, like your work. You see what Guru Arjan Dev Ji has done here, your facilitator's already given you the direct translation, is that he's telling us as the reader to do the trade that you were meant to do in this world. Meaning, of course, doing Vaheguru Ji's Simran, remembering God and acting upon that remembrance all the time. And it's interesting that he uses the word bihajo, a trade. So let's understand for a second, what does it mean to call Vaheguru Ji's Simran, right? Doing Kirtan, doing Path, doing meditation, doing seva, just being a kind person. All of this is Simran, right? So how do we connect the word trade here to our trade being Simran? So when we think of our job, and a lot of you sitting here maybe full-time students, your job is, let's just say, being a student then. But if we take a regular job at an office or being a student, any type of job, that comes with the sense of discipline, right? If your job starts at 9 a.m. every morning, you have to be at work. Your boss has told you 9 a.m. you got to be in the office. There is a sense of discipline, right? You must show up at work at 9 a.m. You must work as hard as you can. You must do what your boss says. You must do everything correctly. There is no slacking off here. There is no sense of, I can do whatever I want. No, here you're being told what to do and you're doing it. There is a sense of discipline, a sense of decorum when you're working, when you have a job. You take it very seriously. You don't slack off, you don't come late. It is your first priority, right? If your professor says you have an exam at a certain day, you will prepare for it. You will take that exam and you will try your hardest. Because it's a sense of discipline, because that is your job as a student. You take the job very seriously. So here Guru Sahib is calling remembering God, being a good Sikh as your job, meaning take it as seriously as you would your job, in an office or in a hospital or being a student. Take it just as seriously. Here your boss is, of course, the Guru. The Guru is telling you what to do. So just as you are disciplined in your schoolwork or in your office work or any job you have, be just as disciplined in this trade, in remembering God. Don't let Kirtan be a 5th priority. In that, if I have nothing else to do during the weekend, nothing remotely going on, then I will go listen to Kirtan. Don't let Sikhi fall to such a low priority that it's not really even important to you. But just as your job as a student or as any other professional is your first priority in your life, if your boss tells you have to do this report by a certain day, you will do it. Make Sikhi also that high of a priority that it's not something you want to compromise over. If Guru Nanak Sahib says, do Japji Sahib every morning. If the Rahat Maryada says to do various nitnem in the morning, then one would get up early and do that nitnem because you treat it as a serious job, as something you must do. Just as if your boss in your office told you, you be in the office at 8 a.m. today, there's a meeting. You will be there at 8 a.m. because that's what your boss said. So here our boss, the Guru, has told us to do so many different things, right? From our external form to our internal rehat, we've already discussed this throughout the entire year, what the Guru has told us to do. So Guru Sahib here is telling us, take the Guru's word, take Gurbani as a job. Take it seriously. Be disciplined about it. Make it a top priority in your life. Don't let it be something that you do once in a while, or when you have a lot of free time, or when you're very bored. But no, this is something that you need to do every single day, disciplined, regular, and in a sense of almost urgency, as the Guru says, using this word bihajo, right? Guru Sahib says that we were meant for this. The fact that he's telling us that, this is your trade, he tells us that, you have the capability. You have it inside of you to reach Sachkhand. You can do it. You are meant for greatness. You were meant to reach him. That's why this is your trade. If it wasn't your trade, if you weren't meant to reach him, Guru Sahib would have never written this line, right? He wrote this line to tell us that all of us have the potential to reach him. But we have to take the effort. We have to be disciplined about it. And of course, we need Vaheguruji's Kirpa as well, his blessings too. But before that, we need to show him that we deserve those blessings, that we are worthy of his Kirpa by being disciplined, by treating Sikhi as regular and as important as you do your regular job or being a student or whatever work you do. So please keep that in mind here, that Guru Sahib is reminding us at the end of our day to not forget this important job. No matter what you do, don't forget this important job, your bihajo, your trade in this world. And then the next line, Nijkar Mahal Pavo, Guru Sahib tells us that, if you surrender yourself, if you make this your trade and you surrender yourself, then you will receive that eternal peace, that eternal happiness, enlightenment, that tranquility that you want. If you surrender yourself, you adopt all of his teachings. You don't use your own opinion. You only use the opinion of the Guru. Once you act on those teachings in the Guru Granth Sahib and in other parts of Gurbani, then you will achieve that everlasting peace. And then at the end of this Shabad as well, Guru Nanak leaves us with another sense of very beautiful, very strong humility, extreme humility, in that he asks God to grant him this one last request. And here it says, Guru Arjan Dev Ji writes, Nanak Das eh sukh mange, that calling himself a slave of God, that I may serve the saints, those connected people, by becoming their dust, showing extreme humility by asking Guru Sahib for this blessing, asking Vaheguruji for this blessing. So with that, we finish Sohila. But the curriculum's not over yet. You still have 2 more lessons. But Sohila itself is finished. So I really hope that after doing this curriculum, after being in this course, you have a solid understanding of at least the basics of Sohila. And that, when you do this Bani every night, you will be reminded of the meanings, and most importantly, you will start acting on those meanings in your everyday life. And, I think I mentioned this in the first video. This whole course is about practicality. It's about not only understanding what the Bani means from just a surface level, and also detailed, but more importantly, how do you apply this Bani to your daily life? And then even more important, actually applying it. It's one thing to know how to apply it, it's a whole other thing to actually go out in the real world and apply it. So I really hope that not only did you understand Sohila and you with your group and through the videos and your facilitators, you've gathered several ways to apply Sikhi to your daily life. But at the end of the day, I really hope you're actually using all of this knowledge in your day-to-day life. I really hope you're making lifestyle changes. I hope that you are thinking about what you could do better in your life to getting close to God. And, most importantly, I hope that this course, understanding Sohila, has increased your love for the Guru as well. But again, let me remind you that we're not done yet. We still have 2 more classes left after this, but Sohila is finished, and we'll have 2 more extra lessons right after this one. So with that, I will see you next week. Vaheguruji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguruji Ki Fateh.